You ready, Willie?
Are we on it?
Let's go.
Oh, let's go.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever in the world you are. Welcome to the Matt Kim Podcast. I'm your host, Matt Kim, joined by my co-host, Mr. Peter Saddington.
Hello, everybody. It's a new timeline. Namaste, namaste.
We are officially in a new timeline.
Yes.
President Trump is now the real president of the United States. And it's weird. It feels different. Does it feel different or does it feel the same? Gut reaction. Where are you feeling right now? Where is your mind and heart this moment, considering it is Tuesday and the inauguration was yesterday?
Man, all eyes are on Trump right now. And he's doing all these executive orders. He seems like he's coming out with a shotgun blast. And frankly, I don't know where I sit in terms of like, is this going to be a good thing? Is this going to be a bad thing? I tweeted about it the other day. I tweeted one of the, I think it was Autism Capital's, like, here's all the EO's executive orders that he's doing. And I just retweeted it and said, is it going to last? Is it going to be a rug pull? Just like these Trump meme coins and these Melania meme coins? I don't know. I'm kind of sitting on pins and needles, Matt, to be honest.
Thank you for joining the show today. Thank you for inviting us into your home, into your office, into your car, into your gym workout. Appreciate you guys inviting us into your lives.
Yes. And which, by the way, if I can cut you off, smash the like button, new timeline.
Boom.
Make sure you join the Discord. Make sure you join the new Telegram.
Yes.
That's blowing up.
Yes.
Yep. So if you want to help out and spread the word and let everybody know about the Matt Kim podcast, you got to join.
Correct. So we do have a Discord for community members that's been going and it's active every day, all day.
Yes.
So definitely join the Discord if you want to hang out with other like-minded individuals. If you want to maybe help out with the show, if you want to help clip the show, if you want to maybe share and repost and things like this, we have a community of people that are starting to gather in a Telegram channel.
Yep.
And that is linked below also.
Yes, that's our free thinker army.
Also, I want to do a shout out to Bobby's Gems.
Oh,
dude, Bobby's Gems has been watching the episodes, and it's almost like as he watches the episodes, he's like, "Oh, I like that idea." Super chat. Oh, this one's good too. Super chat, and it's like layered over time.
Yeah, and I was responding.
Yes, and Bobby's Gems really appreciate you, and all the people that just became members. Apparently, I had a membership thing set up within YouTube.
Yeah, you did. You do.
We don't really actively engage there.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't believe in putting content behind paywalls. I've always been against that. It's not something I believe in. I think all ideas should be free. So there's not going to be a lot of exclusive content back there. But as the community grows, maybe we'll engage with it a little bit more because people are gathering there. But for the people that have joined and decided to support the show on a monthly basis, thank you guys also. It really means a lot.
It does. And if I may add just a little bit of context there, that's exactly what I do with my X subs. If you go to my X subs, it merely says, I've been censored, I've been demonetized, people don't like what I say, so if you want to pay me $5 to keep me going and just to support the stuff that I'm doing, that's what you're doing. There's not going to be any real behind-the-scenes content here. So I think that's exactly what the YouTube subscription could be, is just, hey, look, you love what we're doing. You don't want us to lose to the pooflingers.
Nope. Never lose to the pooflingers.
Can't lose to the pooflingers.
Never lose to the pooflingers.
So your $5 a month goes a long way.
Yes, because we are completely bootstrapped. We have no investors, no outside money. It is something that we've done purely out of the desire of our heart to spread message, to speak truth, to encourage people to question narratives, etc. So for all the people that are supporting the channel, thank you. For the people that sub to the channel, thank you. And for the people that tell your friends and buddies and cousins and uncles and aunts and sisters and brothers and friends and coworkers about this show, thank you.
Thank you. Like, seriously, thank you. We will not sell out. We will not have any sock puppet masters coming up our anal tubes all the way to our mouths and making us say things that we don't necessarily agree with. We want to stick to the script that we have, which is essentially we talk about social issues, we ask questions, and we piss off a lot of people. Welcome to the fucking show.
We do piss off a lot of people.
Right, my inbound SAR. Inbound SAR.
Why do I get so many people announcing unfollowing, announcing unsubbing, sending me emails telling me that they unsub? Like, dude, let it go.
They need you
Eat
to know.
a dick. You know what I mean? Fucking grow a spine. Holy shit.
They need you to know, Matt, that they have unsubbed to you because you done offended their weakening.
This show is not for the weak.
No, it's not.
It is not.
It's not for children. It's not safe for work, guys.
It is not for people that want to just be propagandized all the time, that want to hear what everyone wants you to believe. If that's what you want in your life, there are plenty of other propagandists out there that will tell you exactly what you want to hear.
Yeah, and they're called entertainment variety shows. Go enjoy those.
Valuetainment, always looking for new people.
I was kind of where I was going, you know? Yeah, exactly. We're asking the tough questions. We are almost never going to stick to the mainstream narrative of the day, right?
We do have a very full show today.
Yeah.
It may be a long one.
We had
So
a 2 hour
bookmark it, save it, whatever it is. You may want to come back because I think we're going to go kind of long. Because I want to start today at Friday of Inauguration weekend and slowly work our way through. Because
Sounds good.
so many things happened in the last 4 days.
Yes, the timeline has not only been substantiated, but there have been like statistical anomalies spiking out of this new timeline of like, how is this happening? Why is this happening? What's going on? Like the psyops, it's like the psyops of the psyops of the psyops, and nobody has the right story. So we're gonna dig into it today.
I even have notes today. It's so many damn things. I have notes.
Flash the notes because usually
I have notes.
Matt usually is running from his brain hole, and he's really good at that. But there's so much going on, so let's
So
jump
much.
right in.
Meme coins.
Oh my god,
President Trump. Okay, before we get into it, there are good things and bad things that President Trump has done in his first few days.
Yes.
There are good things that we are going to address and we are going to recognize because I think that's fair. There are some amazing things that he has done. There are some things that are questionable at best. And the one thing that he did that gave me a huge pause, I was like, what the hell just happened here? Is the meme coin drop.
I've been tracking it. I've been screenshotting it every 6 hours as it goes up and then the rug pull. And it's like, bro, what are you doing? Who advised you on this? Why is this a good idea?
So for those that don't know, President Donald Trump, 2 days or 3 days before he got inaugurated, dropped a meme coin.
The official Trump coin.
And all he did was tweet it. He put it on his Truth Social, and then he added it into Twitter later. That's all he did.
Yep.
That thing went gangbusters.
Huge. Billions of dollars flew into this thing.
And it is wild. The meme coin, the tokenomics of it, at first glance, like, dude, he owns 80% of the supply.
Yeah, the pre-mine, the owners who created it own 80%, yes.
Well, he owns. And at first I was like, that seems shady.
It's always shady.
And then I thought about it, I was like, actually, that makes sense. Because he protects it from an ultimate rug pull, because he owns the supply.
Yes.
You can't rug the whole thing.
Well,
And it's tied directly to his brand.
yes. So he technically has control at 80%. It would be not in his best economic interest to do a rug pull.
Correct.
Is what you're saying. Yes.
Correct. So he drops his meme coin. It goes up, goes gangbusters. There's this one guy I saw. He invested $1 million into the Trump meme coin 2 minutes after the launch. Clearly an insider.
Yeah.
He bought it 18 cents.
18 all the way up to 70.
He just cashed out today for $300 million profit. He invested $1 million into the Trump meme coin, and he just cashed out with a $300 million profit. This is not a random investor because there's, for people that are not familiar, there are 1 million Trump meme coins out there.
Yes.
If you don't know, there's no way to know that this is the right one or not. You don't just arbitrarily say, I'm going to go $1 million into this at 1 minute into a launch.
Right.
You only do it because you know that this is the official one and you are ready for it.
Yes.
This guy is clearly an insider.
Yeah.
He's in the know. He's a friend of the family, of the team, of the campaign, somehow linked. For sure. No doubt in my mind.
No
about
doubt.
that. And he just cashed out with a $300 million profit.
And that is the problem. The problem is what you just communicated is what all of the the blogs, all of the news, all of the alternative news, the crypto news, the decentralized news. That's all they're going to be talking about is look at these gains, look at this massive windfall. And the neophytes, the noobs, the green beans of crypto are going to be like, well, I want to get a taste of that. And then they're going to lose their ass, which is what happened to thousands of those people, because we're seeing those tweets now of like, oh, I put my money in, I put my baby mama's dowry in, I put my life savings in that was in my peanut jar, save peanut. Like, and they're tweeting about it and they're like, I lost my ass. It's like, bro, this has not been the first time.
And the argument will be that no one forced you to invest.
Yeah, because it's a meme coin, right?
So this coin goes from $0 and peaks at $70.
Yep.
And at $70, Don Jr. tweets out, "We are so proud of how well our Trump meme coin is doing. And because of that, more people invest." Because Don Jr. now tweets it out.
Yep.
And it goes up to like 72, 73.
Yep.
And then they drop the Melania coin.
They need liquidity.
And that thing, that Trump coin goes whoosh.
Bro, it was
Now
like
50%.
It was
all
like
those people that invested because Don Jr. tweeted out, they all lost their ass.
Yeah, some of them put thousands of dollars into it at like 69, nice, 70, 71, 72, and then lost it all.
Yes.
Like, this is not a new thing, guys. This is not a new thing. This has been done since 2016 and the ICO booms, guys. This is not a new thing.
And it's questionable that the president of the United States, and they did it because you can't launch your meme coin when you're president, because then it would be really scrutinized. So you got to do it before you're president, which is why I think the Melania thing was so rushed.
Well, the Melania thing, I've been tracking.
Everyone on Melania coin got their ass taken.
Oh,
like everyone got
faster.
washed.
Half a day,
Yeah.
it went, whoop, and now it's slow boil all the
It's
way
at like
to the bottom.
nothing.
Yeah, almost zero.
Yeah, everyone that invested in Melania coin got screwed. And then this Ryan Fournier, who is one of Trump's college outreach advisors.
Yeah.
This guy comes out and he says, "Hey, I'm partnering with the TikTok official coin. It's not the official TikTok coin, but this is how we're going to support TikTok. So why don't we all invest into it?"
Right.
And he tweets this out. He's got 1.2 million followers on X. People start buying into it. The coin goes up. It starts to go down. And he panics, and he sells everything.
Yep.
And it creates a chain reaction because that's how meme coins work.
Yep.
And everyone gets rugged.
So you used the word panic. The question that I have, did he really panic, or was this the top?
I think he has no idea what he's doing. I think that because he did a Spaces afterwards, and he tweeted out also. He said, "Man, like it was going up. I promoted, it went up. And it started to go down, so I just sold it. Isn't that what you're supposed to do?" I'm like, no. That is the definition of a pump and dump.
You've just got hot to it.
Pump a coin, and because it's going down, you dump it on all the people that trusted you.
Yeah.
That is the definition of a pump and dump, and you just admitted out loud that you just pumped and dumped it.
And you can no longer claim innocence because we have these major influencers in society like the Haktua girl who literally did the exact same thing, what, a month ago?
Yeah.
Like, come on, guys. This is crazy town. Now, I saw your tweet about it. And I'll be honest with you, Matt. When I read your tweet, I was like, it seems like Matt is actually coming around and creating a steel man for why these meme coins and this might be the new mechanism of fundraising.
Yes.
So please, Matt, expound on this idea, because when I was going in through my matrix and I saw your tweet about it, I was like, what? What is this 180, man? So help us unpack that tweet, because, man, I was a little confounded there, Matt.
So I am not a fan of meme coins because there is no utility. It preys purely on greed and speculation.
Oh, yeah. It's a casino.
It's complete gambling.
Yeah. Degenerate gambling.
However, because the president of the United States just normalized it and just said it's okay to do, and although a lot of people lost their ass on the Trump coin, it's stabilized at like $30
right now.
So the people who bought at 70 got screwed, but it's stabilizing at 30. And it's what, a top 20 market cap crypto in the world now.
Yeah, I think the last time I saw it was like 17.
It's officially a thing. And he's officially said it's open season for meme coins.
So,
Okay. Knowing that, what is a meme coin actually?
It's a fundraising mechanism.
It is the tokenization of internet culture. It is the financialization of an internet trend.
It's a monetization of a essentially, what's the word I want to use? An avatar. It's like the monetization of your digital avatar.
It will be how creators monetize their own brands. For example, if we put up and we are on YouTube or we're on Spotify or we're on X or on Instagram, whatever it is, and they do advertising, the tech companies own pretty much majority of their advertising. They monetize you and your brand, and we get almost nothing.
Yes.
This will create a mechanism where the creators can monetize their own brand, and the people that support them can share in any potential upside.
Yes.
For example, if Bobby's Gems, thank you. If Bobby's Gems were to donate and super chat us, there is zero expectation of any financial return.
That makes sense.
Correct? I give you $10, I get nothing back except content.
Yeah, maybe, yes. Maybe a feel good.
Correct. But it's a one-way
It's a transaction. Yeah.
If I had a meme coin, you could support me by purchasing and investing in my meme coin. And if it goes up, you can share in that upside.
Yes.
If it doesn't go anywhere, or if it goes down, you're not gonna get anything in return anyway. So actually, there is an upside to this. For example, if you or me, say I had created a meme coin, and people said, okay, Matt, his following is X right now, but we think that in 3 years, his following will be 10X. His relevance on the internet will be 10 times higher.
Sure.
I would like to invest in him and his brand because in 3 years, I think that there's growth.
So you're essentially saying that you're making a speculative investment
On the creator or the brand.
in the hopes that the value of that brand equity will go up.
Correct.
So the problem with this, if I can interject, is that many of these meme coins are labeled as securities. Now you're talking to someone who deals in this world, and securities must pass the Howey test. The Howey test has three particular functions to it. Number one, does it have an incentive of monetizational value, an increase of value? Then it for the investor. Well, then therefore it is a security. There is an expected valuation increase. Number two, the Howey test shows that it has to prove that it has to have utility. Meme coins don't have utility, right? They're just based off that avatar, that individual. And finally, number three is there's the potential for risk or lossiness. Clearly, there's risk for lossiness. And so if we look at the SEC and FINRA's guidelines of the Howey test, you guys can Google it. I actually know this because you guys are always telling me I'm wrong, but I'm actually right on this one, right? Because when I help Web3 investments, we have to make sure from an SEC FINRA standpoint that they're not securities. Because the only type of people who can invest in securities are accredited investors. I'm an accredited investor, which means that I have to have liquid assets of over $250,000. I have to register with the SEC and FINRA as an accredited investor so that I am in the know and I am sophisticated enough to make informed decisions around investment speculation. The problem with meme coins is they do not pass the Howey test. And so smart, sophisticated financiers look at this and say, I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole because Trump, you can get sued for registering a non-security investment to the general public who are not accredited investors.
But
we did it anyway.
Trump did it anyway.
I know, he did it anyway.
And he put his crypto-friendly people in charge of the SEC and in charge of the Treasury Department. Therefore, it's a thing. It just changed the landscape of the game.
Well, that's why for me in that world, Matt, that's why I'm so confounded. Because he is the top dog now. And he's doing antitrust, anti-regulatory moves in these meme coins. Like, if this was 7 years ago, the internet would be aflamed in saying he's selling securities, non-registered securities to non-accredited investors. Sue that guy. Like, but we're not hearing any of that, man.
No, it is officially here to stay. It will tokenize trends. This is how people are going to maximize their profits in these types of areas.
So let me just give me a second. So what you're saying, Matt, is that Trump, with all his power and influence, has fundamentally shifted the regulatory statutes of the financial world?
Yes.
That's crazy.
It just happened.
That's crazy, Matt.
And if anyone takes the fall first, it has to be him.
It has to be.
Of course. So if you really want to protect yourself, because a lot of people go to like Pump.fun or whatever these kind of meme coin generators, and they do it and it's shady and there's no protections built in. The best way to do it is just to do it exactly the same way Trump did it. If you follow the same tokenomics as Trump, then you're under his umbrella of protection.
If he gets shanked, then you're going to also feel the ramifications of that same shank, though. Are you saying no one's going to shank Trump? No one's going to come back in with a kidney shot and say, Trump, you just done messed up?
And if you go to court and the SEC comes after you, be like, why would you do it like this? Be like, dude, the president of the United States did it like this. We did it the same exact way. You guys didn't go after him day one. We didn't do it day one. We didn't do it day two. We didn't do it before him. He did it. We followed his lead. How are you going to come after me? I feel like there has to be a certain amount of leeway there, and I feel like it would have to exist because, for example, I'm not saying we are, but if we start a meme coin, we're not going to be the only one. Mr. Beast is going to have a meme coin soon. I bet you TikTok ends up having a real meme coin. I bet Meta has their own real meme coin. Mark Cuban is going to create a meme coin. It's going to be meme coins on every side from everyone. And I was talking to some meme coin guys, and I said, do you know what meme coin would break the internet? An AOC meme coin.
I'm sure they already have it. I'm sure it's already out there. I'm sure it's called like AOC Boobies or something.
Well, her official one. Because people are going to have their official meme coin.
Okay.
And I don't know if sitting Congress people and sitting government officials can have one.
Wait, you're joking, right?
Yeah.
Like President Trump just made a meme coin.
Well, he did it before he was inaugurated.
Well, we know about the Pelosi tracker. We know about all these congressmen who come in and their salaries are $213,000 a year, but suddenly they're worth $19 million after 1 year in Congress. Yeah. Like, who would have known, right? Amazing. So clearly, there's a ton of malfeasance in Congress already with insider trading. So for them to create meme coins is frankly chip off the old block. It's like the same old, same old. Like, what are we talking about here?
It would like break the internet, by the way.
I mean, if you and I were on the early, we might invest. Drop a couple thousand bones.
I would totally get it at 18 cents.
So let me just back up a second. When alternative token, let's do a history lesson. I'll make it quick. In 2016, ICOs came out. Initial coin offerings came out. And this was based off the Ethereum blockchain, the second layer. And so before 2016, we did not have this explosion of these abstractions of a token that you could basically build really quickly, put on an exchange, and immediately get liquidity on. And so what we saw in this ICO boom, the initial coin offering boom, is tons of scams where it's like, we're going to be interoperable for the world. We're going to be the best email system for the world, decentralized. We're going to do all these things. And then all these people invested, and then they got pump and dumped, and then they got screwed, and they lost their ass. And many of them, still around today, realize that the only thing that you really need to invest in is Bitcoin. So my point is that there were tons of cases during the 16, 17, 18 time period. This is when I was doing massive YouTubes around Bitcoin, and I was massively censored because of that particular market demographics that were happening at the time. So what you're saying is, TLDR, bringing it all back to our current reality today, is that Trump has just back-tested and validated all of that malfeasance of thousands upon thousands upon thousands of shitcoins and said, it's okay, you guys did, I basically did the same thing that they... He's a shitcoiner, like du jour. He is a shitcoin. He's the prototypical du jour, like shitcoiner now.
Yes.
Trump, not like this. Tsar.
So I watched a thing about a speech that Murad did about the meme coin supercycle.
Yeah.
And what he said was that when you look at cryptocurrencies and alternative coins, there are the altcoins. There's Bitcoin. There's altcoins. When you look at the altcoins, there are three things that taking place. There is a promise of technology, there's a promise of financial return, and there is community.
Yes.
This is the basic basis of an altcoin cryptocurrency. A meme coin has the community and the promise of return without the technology. it's actually more honest because what we've seen is that most of the altcoins are just vaporware. They actually don't do anything.
Their technological promises never amount to anything.
Nothing.
That
Vaporware.
was the scam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is actually more honest because some of them have more of a fair launch.
You're steel man in this heavy, man.
Meaning that if you do an altcoin, you have these VC investors and you have these hedge funds come in and they get insider shares because they're a part of it and they jump in early and retail never has a chance.
Nope.
They jump in, they pump up the coin, they dump it on the retail, and they make their money.
Yes.
And they can do that because it's a project and there's a technology. Although the technology is vaporware, it doesn't actually do anything.
Yes.
In the meme coin, we're launching it, it launches. If you want to jump in at 18 cents, although it's shady, anyone could have done it. Anyone could have bought in at 18 cents. Maybe you didn't get the information that it was dropping, but you could have. It's a more honest launch than the ICO, which the ICO, all the hedge funds and venture capitalists have all the shares already and they dump it on you.
Right. And they're protected because they're in a regulated startup
Correct.
entity formation. Because they're in a regulated entity formation, you are, as an investor, you are completely liable for all risks inherent with that investment. There is no promise of return in a venture startup. So under that guise, you're absolutely correct. All the VCs like A16Z and all of those, they always get the massive pump, the retail gets the massive dump, and the rich oligarchs end up coming out with all of the wins per usual.
And in a meme coin, at least the normal guy has a chance.
So, Matt.
And I just want to clarify, I am not saying I love the meme coins, but because it is going to be a thing, I truly believe it. I think it's important that people understand how it works, why it works, and maybe you can see the future of it. Although, again, it's like saying, I don't like AI. I didn't like social media, but it's a thing. The quicker you understand it, maybe the more value you can figure out how to add to your life.
So, Matt, I can read between the lines, and we have some sophisticated viewers who like to throw and fling poo. They would look at what you're saying and say, Matt, it sounds like you're positioning yourself to make a Matt Kim podcast meme coin.
We may have one.
So
I think everyone's going to have one.
You can't be serious, Matt.
I think every creator at some point within the next few years is going to have one.
So let's back up. So what we saw in the 2018 to 2020 time period is the rise of NFTs. Right? So meme coins are essentially NFTs. They're non-fungible assets that have no intrinsic value. They're basically just a picture and you invest in the picture.
I think NFTs, you were buying this picture. You actually weren't getting anything. You were getting community part, like if you were in the Bored Apes and you were like buying into that
Fair enough. So, but we can extrapolate that from that because this is the point I'm trying to get to. In the 2018 to 2020 period, there was a huge rise in NFTs, but an abstraction or permutation of that was that artists finally can fight the man. You can invest in your favorite musical artist, singer, songwriter, buy their NFT, own the rights to that digital song, right? And so this was a valuable abstraction for pianists to like people like Arthur who are artists and painters and people who create music. That is a legitimate use case for supporting an actual piece of art or music to support your artist. What those artists would do is they would sell the rights to those musics, but there's no future promise of value because you now own it unless you want to put that ownership of that music back onto the market and sell it to someone else. So there was a couple extra steps there. And so that is a valid use case for starving artists who want to have their own support. However, we've now moved to a level of abstraction one higher. You don't even actually have to be an artist.
No.
You don't actually have to be a person of sophistication or have a service or a product that actually improves the world. You can just now launch this thing called Pepe, the green frog, and you can make a ton of money off of it.
But if you launch a meme coin, if you launch Pepe, there are 1,000, maybe 10,000, maybe 1 million Pepe coins out there.
Oh, yeah.
There's only one that's worth $2 billion. Because number one, the community has to buy into it. So it becomes a community effort, right? Again, there's two sides to meme coin. There is the speculative of return and then there's a community. You can't just speculate. You're not going to make money without a community. If you have a community, but you don't have any way to make money off it, then that's not, the meme coin doesn't go anywhere. You need both parts.
Fair enough.
So for example, and I'm not saying this is what I want to do. I'm not saying we're going to start one tomorrow, but I think people need to understand. If we have people that watch us, we have a community, and we say we have a meme coin, then now people in the community have a financial incentive in our project, in what we're doing, in our show, in our brand. And now they become advocates for our show and our brand also. Because as our show grows, they also gain some of the benefit. In the beginning of the show, we said, share the show, tell a friend, to whatever it is. But now you can monetize that share also.
So what you're saying, in a very pure and very innocent way, you are saying that the meme coin is now a fair way for an individual to support their favorite, in this example, content creator, and that financial investment also means there's a financial incentive to help grow that investment.
Of course.
By supporting, sharing, liking, hearting, making sure that your investment in support of that individual grows.
Yes.
So, given, if we remove all of the other context that we talked about, that sounds like a pretty interesting and maybe even fair way of supporting the Matt Kim podcast by creating a meme token. So I ask you again, Matt, is there going to be a Matt Kim meme coin?
And the most important thing, because it's not just me, I think...
I'm sure people are wondering.
Yeah, I think at some point, everyone's going to have one. I really do believe that. And the most important thing when you think about, am I going to invest in this guy's meme coin or his brand or whatever they're going to call it? I don't know if the meme coin lingo sticks. I think eventually it'll evolve to something else to make it more consumable to people, because meme coin has a negative connotation.
Oh, for sure.
They'll maybe call it a creator coin or a something. And it'll be the same exact thing, but they'll just repackage it as a different name for brand.
Fair enough.
The most important thing will be, do I really trust the guy that is running this project? Do I really trust this creator? Because if I feel like this creator that I'm supporting is kind of shady,
he's going to rug me.
He's going to rug you.
Yeah.
Don't support that coin.
Yeah.
If you think that, oh, this guy actually means well, and I think that he's not going to dump on everybody, and that we are going to go grow together.
To the moon together?
To the moon together, then it may be worth throwing you a few bucks in. I'm not saying clear out your life savings, but if you're going to super chat and you get nothing in return,
you might as well get something.
You might as well share in potential upside. And that's going to be the pitch. And I feel like that use case actually makes sense to me.
Because of the democratization of the internet, you know what's going to happen to an entrepreneuring individual? They're going to listen to this show, and right now, it's 1:03 on Tuesday, January 21st. At 1:05, there's going to be a Matt Kim podcast meme coin that's going to be launched on Solana. I guarantee it, guys. I guarantee it. I'm gonna check all of the gangsta and shady marketplaces after this podcast, and I'm gonna be searching for the Matt Kim podcast meme.
And if we do ever drop a coin, it will be announced in our Discord and our Telegram first, and I will drop it and I will let everyone know. So anything out there that says it's not it.
I'm so glad you said that.
You have to be very clear.
That's actually really important.
Yeah.
Guys, so let's make it clear then. Matt is saying we are not launching a Matt Kim podcast meme coin.
No.
So we're not launching it. So if you see something like that, it's not us.
It's definitely not us.
If we do launch a Matt Kim podcast,
you guys will be the first to know.
Matt, it will come from Matt's mouth.
Yes.
Okay. So just make, because you know the internet trolls are going to click this and be like, oh, they're launching a meme coin. Right?
Because talking about meme coins, one last meme coin that happened this weekend that I was so disgusted by.
I think I know what you're talking about.
The guy, Pastor Zoe.
Oh, come on, Jesus, please.
At the inauguration.
When's the meteor going to come?
Pastor Zoe is a part of the benediction. He gives this Martin Luther King type of benediction and prayer at the inauguration. He runs to his hotel and he drops a meme coin, the Lorenzo coin. It goes up because he drops it. All eyes are on him because, again, we live in an attention economy, and a meme coin is a way to monetize that attention. It's clear at this point. That's how this works. He takes his attention, he converts it to a meme coin, people buy it, and he dumps it on people. He walks away with like 20 grand off of like 15 minutes of work, and it's so shitty to do because his people from his congregation, people who supported him, people who watched him do his prayers, MLK prayer, and thought, oh, wow, amazing. This guy just prayed for the country. And he rugged everybody. What an asshole.
Yeah. Like this is the nature of the beast. And what is so sad, because actually you're the one who sent me that before, behind the scenes the other day, is what's so sad. It's like selling out Jesus for 20 shekels, man.
It's crazy.
Bro, you made nothing. At least pull away with like 5 to 10 million. Like at least make it a good haul.
He is a Detroit megachurch pastor.
You're gonna burn all these relationships on like 20 G's, 20 bands. You're gonna burn it for 20 bands.
It's crazy.
See, but let's look at the positive side of this. The positive side is he's just ruined his entire reputation with his surrounding periphery. That's a good thing. Don't trust this man anymore.
No.
Don't trust this man. He is not an honest man. And so are people going to learn tough economic lessons by trusting men and women who roll meme coins? Oh, shoot. This entire scene has been going on for thousands of years, Matt. Like, this is not a new idea. And so I don't know how consumer protection fits into all this. Like, for me, understand my vantage point. I am a regulated individual. I'm a regulated entity. I can't fuck. Because
there's pills for that.
I can't fuck. I can't fuck around. The SEC and FINRA is looking at all my shit all the time. And so for me, that is like a filter in which I view the world. And so consumer protection, where is that in all of this, Matt?
Well, there is a new ETF that includes Doge and
I know
Trump
you're
coin.
okay, bro. I got a message. I could show you it right now of a guy who literally texted me an hour ago, and he's like, "Dude, Doge is up 300%. I put $1,000 in." Come on.
TLDR, as this personal brand meme coin economy develops, which it will, the most important thing that you have to search your heart, you have to ask yourself, you have to think about, it's not, is it going to make money? Because they can rug you at any time.
Anytime.
The question is, do I trust the guy leading the project? And if you trust him and he's not going to rug, like if you invest in my meme coin, which I don't have, if you invest in my meme coin, I'm not going to rug it because I'm just not that guy. And people who spend time with us, people who listen to the podcast, be like, dude, I don't think Matt's going to rug us. Tread carefully. If you watch someone, you're like, dude, that guy seems shady as fuck.
Yep.
Dude, trust your gut, trust your instinct. Don't invest in that guy because if you gut says he's going to rug me, he's going to rug you.
He's going to rug you.
Don't do that.
The gut tells you, you know this. And so many people ignore their gut.
And again, I believe that this personal brand meme coin space economy will grow. It will be the thing. It will be the future, whether you like it or not. So just be wary. Tread carefully, everyone. That's my quick, public service message.
This is a good PSA. This is a good PSA service announcement. And I'll end it with this bumper, which is simply this. I hope, because you and I don't always agree on everything, and that's fine. I hope that what you say does not come to pass. I think it's such a cheap way of fundraising. And if we look at the market in mass, at its largest scale, there's going to be a lot of people that are hurt. And there's only going to be a small amount of people that are really going to win from this type of marketplace. And so I'm ignorant. I have no idea. Trump has now shifted this timeline into this new world order where what was once maybe seen as a faux pas is now normalized and accepted. What do I know, Matt? But my TLDR is I hope what you say doesn't come to pass. And we'll see how the winds of fate take it.
Not financial advice.
not financial advice. We don't know anything, guys.
Okay, moving on. The inauguration weekend was supposed to be held inside. It was supposed to be, the inauguration is supposed to be outside. Every year they do it outside. They do it in the Capitol Mall so that everyone can be a part of it. Anyone can attend. They moved it inside.
Yeah.
And the news leading up to it going inside was, oh, there are safety concerns. Oh, look at all the drones and the anti-drone technology in the air. Oh my gosh, like it's gonna snow and it's gonna be horrible. Every 4 years, it's outside.
Yep.
They moved it inside, and all the right-wing propagandists, they're like, we're so glad it's inside. Although we spent $10,000 to get here, and all these people spent all this money, traveled all across country, they drove in caravans to attend. Sorry, guys, it's for the president's safety. You guys understand. And people were like irked, but like, yeah, it's better to be safe than sorry.
Yeah, at least I get to participate in the changing of the guards.
What we find out clearly, because Trump comes out and does several speeches and several messages, and over again, he says, aren't you glad we did it inside? It's nice and warm in here. The billionaires did not want to sit out in the cold. So they said, hey, you know, we donated a bunch of money. It's going to be a little cold. We'd rather be inside. My girlfriend, she's only going to wear a bra. Like, I really don't want her to be outside with just her bra. No one's going to see that she has just a bra on.
I mean, lingerie is quite thin.
Zuck saw it.
Zuck on that tea. Zuck on that tea.
How funny was that?
Zuck's on the testosterone, baby.
Zuck sneaking a peek at Jeff Bezos' girlfriend wearing the lingerie.
I saw some of the funniest tweets.
Him sneaking a peek may be the most real thing he could have ever done.
Well, I saw.
He's like a guy.
I know. I'll give you three that I have to say real quick because I saw the comments. Some people are like, "Well, I guess he's clearly not an android anymore. He's actually a human." And another one was like, "He's on testosterone. You can give him a pass for getting a hard on for the first time in a decade." And then I saw another one who's like, "Oh my gosh, he's not actually an alien. He actually likes us humans. Maybe he wants to eat her." Like, guys, the amount of comments from that one look when he was like, it was pretty juicy.
He totally got caught looking.
Totally.
It was not like, oh, I was just looking at something. There's nothing there.
No.
There's nothing on the floor by her tits. All right? He was staring hard and he got caught by the camera. And he was like, oh.
Yep. It was a very real moment. I almost feel like these moments are almost even staged because they're so obvious. But Zuck, we got you. Hey, is he a bro now?
I don't know, but I did feel bad for the people that traveled so far to attend this in person, and obviously the inner circle of people and the oligarchy got to be inside of the Capitol Rotunda. And then you had the known associates and people that maybe helped out with the campaign. They were in kind of the hallway.
The insiders, yeah.
And everyone else was like, oh, like, sorry, guys.
Bro,
Sorry.
So if you're the financier, Matt, that's just how it works because you run the show as a financier. And if you don't want the show to be outside, you finance the show being inside. That's how it works.
But in Trump's defense, because of that, he held an indoor rally the night before.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
Yeah. So on Sunday night, there was an indoor rally while the meme coins go up and down and they're trading and they're buying Ethereum and they're buying Sol and buying all these things.
I saw the Bitcoin bros are like, oh, look at me here. I'm with Michael Saylor.
That was Friday, the crypto ball.
Yeah.
But on Sunday, they did the rally. And at the rally, people were like, oh, we don't, all of MAGA, they were like, we don't like all this gay shit. They say that all the time.
Yep.
And then and then the village people are out there wearing their chaps. And I was like, this shit's pretty gay. I don't know.
Yep, it's a little tongue in cheek, but we remember there's a lot of gay patriots these days. It's acceptable now to be a gay patriot.
Is YMCA a gay song?
Well, let me ask you this: who created the YMCA?
Oh, I don't know.
Will, do you know who created the YMCA?
I do not.
Oh man,
Please tell us.
it's the Uden.
Oh no! Of course.
So since we also know that the Uden are the ones who have grew trans rights and chopping off of dicks and all of this stuff in the Weimar Republic. So it would make sense that the YMCA is also supportive of these very progressive alternative models of thinking. Makes a lot of sense.
I did swimming lessons at the YMCA when I was like 10 years old.
You're gay.
Damn it!
You drank the gay water.
Damn it! I did not. I totally swam in it.
And you probably drank it. You would probably enjoyed it.
It was a lot of fun.
That's what they say. That's what they say.
That's how they get you.
That's how they get you. Yep. YMCA. You got it. You look it up?
Yeah, it says George Williams, but it says the oldest and largest youth charity in the world. He's the founder of the Young Men's Christian Association.
Well, you need to dig a little bit harder past the Google censorship, and you need to find the OGs.
Open up Tor, Will, on your computer.
Find the look to any of these types of things. You will often see a
Pattern?
a noticed pattern of financiers. Let's put it that way.
Also, over the weekend, TikTok.
Oh yes,
TikTok's gonna get banned. Biden says, I'm not going to save TikTok. I'm going to save TikTok. Supreme Court says, good luck. You're on your own. We're not going to save TikTok. And then all of a sudden, on Saturday night, TikTok was supposed to go dark on Sunday night. On Saturday night, all of a sudden, TikTok goes dark. And the message is, sorry, everyone. TikTok's down. We're working with President Trump.
I saw that. I screenshot it. I tweeted it. Yep.
And give it about 12 hours. It's like, we're back. Trump saved us.
Yep. Just kidding.
And that happened fast. That happened over the weekend.
So, what do you think happened?
Well, so one of President Trump's executive orders was to stay the ban on TikTok for 75 days. And I watched the little speech he did while he was signing the executive order. And he said, if without the United States, TikTok is worth zero.
Well, he also, in the same breath, he said it's also worth $1 trillion under his management.
If the United States saves TikTok, it's worth $1 trillion.
Yeah.
And if that's true, then why shouldn't the United States own half of TikTok?
That's what he said.
And he said it should be some sort of joint venture. Is the United States government going to own half of TikTok? Is that what he's trying to do?
I think this is a very convoluted situation.
Because, like, for example, Saudi Arabia and their public investment fund, they own shares of businesses and companies. The United States typically doesn't do that.
Yeah.
Is that the model he's trying to go?
Well, certainly if we look at the UAE and the Middle Eastern countries, I mean, a good example that comes right off the tip of my tongue is Formula One. Most people don't realize that Formula One's it is owned by Saudi, oil money. like don't be deceived.
Yeah, the public investment fund owns F1.
Yeah, completely, and totally, right. And so what most people don't realize is there are Live Golf, right?
Public investment fund,
but it's owned by but government entities have their hands in the pot.
Correct.
And so this is not a new precedent, right? We've seen this in multiple big countries that have deep pockets. They invest in technological infrastructure so that they can create whatever messaging or control mechanisms around it. So what you're insinuating, or you're asserting here rather, is that Trump is taking a page from that playbook and saying, we as a government have power. Should we as a government also own the technological infrastructure of communication for Americans? That, if you go to that level, it sounds like a scary proposition.
Yeah, I mean, historically, this is not something the United States government does.
No.
There's a separation between the government and business.
Or so they say, even though we know that AT&T, Verizon gives all their information to the NSA.
Correct.
We know this.
There is a clear web.
Oh, yeah.
But as far as the schematics of it, there is a separation.
Supposed to be.
Supposed to be.
No, there is a separation in documents.
Correct.
Yeah.
But this is insinuating, and that's all he said. This is insinuating that the United States wants to joint venture with TikTok because the value of TikTok predicates on the United States allowing it. It's kind of weird.
The whole situation is weird. Can we unpack a couple other pseudo facts or facts? Right, TikTok's owned by a different country, China. Right, there are Chinese hands in it. So let's say that. There is a lot of issues around the content on TikTok. Some people say it's the content of the trans. I don't think that's the biggest issue. Some of it say that it's propagandizing our children. I don't think that's the biggest issue. There's a lot of pro-Palestine content on TikTok, which a certain type of species, individuals, and people group doesn't like.
I saw the video that our friend James Lee did about the influence of the Israeli government and ADL into TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, they're saying that there is too big of a segment of the youth on TikTok siding with Palestine and being against us. Yes. You need to shut this down.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, they're shutting it down.
That, I think, is the true issue. I think that there is a certain small, highly small, a percentage of the world, people and species group, who says that this is anti their narrative. And so I feel like that type of influence and power is probably the biggest reason why TikTok needs to be shut down in America. Because, if I remember correctly, there was one lady from the ADL who did say this, that every hour that children watch TikTok, they increase their radicalization and their anti-Semitism by like 30% or something crap like this. I think even Nikki Haley said that, actually. And so, maybe, just maybe, Matt, the real reason why TikTok was shut down is because the small hats don't like it.
But if the United States government is going to joint venture with TikTok, the U.S. government is going to own TikTok?
No. The small hats are going to own TikTok via the government because the small hats also own the government.
TikTok, I believe TikTok should just be left alone, leave it the way it is, because I think it's a really interesting place. It's a different corner of the internet. There's things I like on it, I don't like on it. But again, if you believe in free speech, you're going to run into that. They are kind of a heavily censored place. I think they have to be.
They have to be.
Because there's so many people gunning for them at all times.
Yeah.
And
so can I get your opinion on all this 140 million Americans who flocked to Little Red Book? Can I get your take on that? Was that not a psyop?
Yeah. Well, I think that's hilarious.
I was dying. And from the videos.
And I was on TikTok during the TikTok refugee phase where everyone was running away to Redbook and everyone's coming back to TikTok, posting about how good it is. And I'm like, dude, this is the biggest psyop ever.
Yeah.
They're trying to put out this narrative. And I think TikTok actually organized it.
Ooh.
I believe that I think Shu's like a really smart guy. And I think he's playing the game. He's like, if we amp up and we use algorithm to push the narrative that everyone's running to this Chinese app, people are like, oh no, we need to save it because we're going to lose everyone.
Oh.
I think it's all these different pieces. I think he is playing some sort of 3D chess. I think he's a smart guy. I do. And I think that's a part of it. I even think that when he shut it down early and he said, oh yeah, and because of President Trump, I think he did that on his own. It puts pressure on President Trump.
It's a 5D chess, man.
Yeah. If you shut it down a day early so that when the rally happens and all the Trump news happens leading up to the inauguration, he knew that that's what everyone is going to talk about.
Yeah.
So you shut it down a day early because if you do it the night before, the TikTok
doesn't have enough time for the news to...
It'll get swarmed. It'll be taken over by the inauguration.
Yeah.
So you do it a day early. You shut it down. You say, because of Trump's going to save us. And then it's like, here, Trump, balls in your court.
I mean, he gave him a silver platter to look good.
Yeah. And Trump goes, I'm going to do it because it was a win-win. And I think Shu's like orchestrating it. I think he did that.
So what you're saying is that Shu knew that this would be a great opportunity for Trump to look like a savior.
Correct.
And in doing so, be able to convert all these blue-haired sheepdogs who were on TikTok, go over to Little Red Book and have the anti-Semitic Chinese tell them that they don't want their trans shit in Little Red Book, go back to America. I love that psyop, by the way. The two funny, if I can just extract myself for a second, the two funniest themes of this TikTok refugee was, number one, all of the based Chinese people who were like, stop it. Get out of our Red Book. You guys and your mental illness, you're trans, you're cutting your dicks off. Get out of here. You guys are garbage. I was laughing so much about that. The second thing that made me just rafflecopter, roll on the floor laughing, was the other side of that, where Americans are going, China's so great. They can buy groceries. It's so much better than what I live in. I'm like, bro, this Little Red Book is highly censored. They're only going to show you the good living.
Yeah.
And so you have all these, and so, let's let me bring it to what is my foundational, like, what did I get out of this? It's sad, actually, Matt. What I realized is we have hundreds of millions of Americans who are so easily mind controlled. And psyop. We had hundreds of millions of people go, TikTok's evil. I'm going to give all my data to China. Like you saw those like, and so they go over to China only to be blackpilled by Chinese. Are like, get that shit out of here. And now they're coming back and they're like, I'm this orphan. Like,
Go back home, fag.
exactly. Like, get out of here, you faggot, you homo. And then they're come back. They're like, well, I wanted to give my data to China, but they're not. They're mean to me, even though their life is better. And
They want my data, just not the gay data.
Exactly. And so I have to believe, Matt, I have to believe there are literally tens of millions of Americans who are sitting in their houses right now going, I don't know if I should use TikTok or Redbook. Who do I hate the most? You're psyoped. You're a weak-minded individual. Like, bro, you are the, and I'm going to sound salty here for a second, but you're the reason why this country's failing. Because you allowed the
Vivek.
You're
Tone it down there, Vivek.
I know. I mean, it's a good thing I wasn't part of the Doge Commission because then I would get kicked out. But like seriously, you're the reason why our society is so weak. You got psyoped by the man on the TV and the talking head that said, TikTok's bad. So you go over and then you proselytize. I'm going to give China my data. And then you go over there and then you get raped over there because they're like, we don't want your gay ass shit over here. And they said, you are the problem. You're a pawn in this massive chess game and everyone's playing you. You know what you should do? Buy Melania's Trump coin. Go do it. Lose your ass. Enjoy that. Like it's disgusting, man.
In all fairness, Melania coin right now is so low that if you buy, you may actually win.
you might actually get a little bit of a pump.
You might get a little bit
Fair
of a
enough.
pump. You may make 20-30% of your money.
Last thing I'll say. It just made me sad about Americans because they're that stupid.
I think that.
Don't you? I mean, come on, man.
I think that.
That make you depressed?
TikTok handled the situation phenomenally. I think they're coming out as a clear winner in this.
Oh yeah.
I think that I saw that Mr. Beast is putting in an offer
to
buy it. Yeah. He gathered up a bunch of money and a bunch of billionaires to try to buy that.
Did you know that Mr. Beast has government contracts? Did you know this? Look it up, Will. I saw this the other day. Mr. Beast has government contracts, my friends. So don't be deceived. Mr. Beast is a tool of the game.
Which makes sense. If he buys it and they say it's a joint venture and the United States wants to own 50%, I don't know where TikTok goes. I think it's been interesting, fascinating. I think TikTok as a company, as an organization, they crushed it. I think they're doing the best they can. I do believe that. I think that TikTok is an interesting space. I think the people on TikTok are different than the people that are on X, that are different than the people on YouTube. It is its own community of people, and it's pretty based there.
Free Palestine.
Yeah, he has a contract or an agreement with the Pentagon.
Mr. Beast has an agreement with the Pentagon. What else do you need to know?
Supposedly for humanitarian projects.
Whatever, and to shield the trans guy.
Yes, to shield it. Yes, to shield that worldview and that propaganda. Mr. Beast, you have failed us. You've sold out, brother.
But does that go away? Because officially, the stance of the United States government as of yesterday is that there are now only two genders.
Oh, that's right.
Which was actually pretty amazing. That was a pretty cool thing for him to do. That's kind of ballsy, actually.
Why is it ballsy?
Because there are going to be people on the other side that are losing their shit over this.
Yeah,
right
we've
now.
seen clips of that.
Of course.
Yeah.
And to do it on day one, it was like a really strong message that we're not messing around, that this gender stuff, and you could think that Trump is a psyop and not a psyop, whatever. He did the right thing there.
I think your word choice is correct. It was a strong message. Was it brave? I don't think we can categorize it as brave, but it was a strong message. Come on. It was only till this recent time period in humanity where the mentally handicapped and mentally retarded and mentally weak have accepted this notion that there can be 99 genders. This is a new issue. So
Kamala would not have done that.
Of course not.
Ron DeSantis, if he made it to the primary, I don't think he would have been able to do that.
You think so?
Yeah, that's a really strong thing to do, considering that you're going to piss off maybe 30% of the country, really
it's
bad.
Such a socially weak argument in some totality, though.
Oh, I mean, obviously, I agree.
Oh yeah. Well,
However, it's not easy to do. Like for us as content creators, there's two genders, so easy to do.
yeah. Yeah.
When you're president of the United States and 30% of the country's like, dude, what the fuck did you just say? It's not the easy.
At least he's not placating to the mentally retarded.
And if he didn't do it, I would have been like, dude, like what's going on? Especially after he had the gay YMCA guys doing this dance everywhere.
Fair enough.
But when he came out hard and said, there are just two genders in the country, it's officially two genders, and signed an executive order to say there are only two genders in the country, I was like, dude, that's a win.
Yeah.
That's a win. And it seems so stupid that stating that should be a win. But we've been in such a weird timeline the last 4 years. And for sure, Kamala would not have done that.
No. Kamala is part of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
So for him to come out and say that, one could argue it was easy and not whatever, it needed to be done. He did it. Good job, Trump.
+1.
Seriously.
+1.
A lot of other things going on. But that was a good one.
Do you think this issue of transgender has jumped the shark? Do you think Americans are exhausted with this issue to the point of just like, dude, just like GTFO, like get out of my face?
Well,
do you think that's where we are in American social now when it comes to trans and all this nonsense, or is it just gonna continue to grow, but it's not going to be as socialized as much?
So the people that control the media and the people that push these ideas, they're still in place.
Yeah, and if I can take it a step deeper, the admins of schools and government facilities and organizations still believe in these trans things. And so even if Trump says, hey, there's two genders, you still have the HR ladies and the directors at companies who are still going to be promoting this DEI and trans stuff anyway.
And there is a huge segment of society that absolutely hate Trump.
Yes, that's true.
And when Trump says there are only two genders, does this motivate and mobilize the people that hate him, that actually believe in this ideology? And does this put them in a situation to push it harder, to counter, which is something that we'll have to wait and see? Because that would be the fallback, right? Is that because Trump went on so strong against it, which I think he should have done.
Yeah.
But because he does, the reaction to it means we push more trans shit in your eyes.
Ooh. That could be the response. Yes.
Because people like to be the anti-narrative. And to push that, it would almost invigorate their side that, look, we told you they're coming after us. We told you they're going to shut us down. We told you they hate us. Look, he just proved it. He just said, I hate you. And it just invigorates their entire side.
So
could that happen?
So what you're saying, the pattern that we have noticed over the last couple of years is that a lot of the mass shooters at schools end up being trans people. This is a pattern we've noticed. It's clear. So what you're saying is that because Trump is choosing a hard, strong stance on this, that there could be a rise in trans shooters in the future?
Not to blame Trump, because I think he did what he was supposed to do. But there is natural reactions.
Yeah.
And the natural reaction from that side who feels even more marginalized because they've always been playing this victimhood of, oh, we're so marginalized. We're like the community. You guys don't accept us. Yeah, we don't accept you because you guys are wrong.
Yeah. Yes, you're wrong.
But those people are going to come out harder and say, look, I told you.
I see.
And they're going to play that victim card harder.
Yes, I get it.
And does that mean their community grows because of it? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see how that plays out. I think it's way too early to say. I don't know if this shuts it down, which is amazing.
Which would be great.
Or it makes the other side more angry, more mad, and more motivated.
I'm giving my answer right now. I hope that it does not transpire into what you just said, the latter, an increase in harm, because we have mentally unstable people who feel like this is something worth dying on. Like I don't understand why trans people believe that this is the hill for them to die on. Like you literally woke up one day on a Tuesday and you said, I'm a furry now. And you spent the next 37 minutes changing all of your profiles on social to Zimzer furry.
That's a good one. I don't know if there's enough characters in your pronoun space for that.
Like, bro, you made a life-changing decision in 37 minutes and you're going to die on that hill?
So we'll see how it goes. I'm not sure.
Your bloodline was supposed to end here.
Maybe we're doing society a solid.
You are doing a society a solid. Your bloodline was supposed to end here.
But we'll see. We'll see how this goes. I don't know yet. I think it's just way too early to see how society reacts.
Well, that was my tweet. All these proclamations and these executive orders, it's like, bro, how many of these are going to hold water? How many of these are going to persevere? That is the question.
Well, a lot of the executive orders, people don't realize just because a president signs an executive order doesn't mean it becomes law.
Yeah.
There are constitutional issues, there are legal issues, there's pushback. Some things are able to be done, some things are actually impossible to be done.
Yeah, and some humans at these government departments hate Trump, like you say, and they just won't do it.
For example, he said that he's going to end birthright citizenship.
Yeah.
And in theory, for a lot of people that are watching, be like, you can't just run across the border illegally, have a kid, and run back, and then now the kid's an American citizen. I get that people are saying that. However, that is a constitutional issue. It's going to go to the courts. Supreme Court is going to have to do it. It's not like Trump signed it today and all of a sudden it's law.
Yeah.
It's more signaling that he's looking at it. The executive order is him signaling that this is an issue. And then the Supreme Court and the rest of the court system are going to have to evaluate it. They're going to have to sit on it. And who knows if that ever becomes a thing. So people who think, oh, that happened. It didn't happen. Nothing happened. It's just a signal.
It still has to go through the judicial process, yes.
Yeah. So not all of these happen immediately.
Yeah, but for a lot of people, these signals, these executive orders are a real positive sign of the trajectory of where Trump is headed. And I think that brings a lot of hope to a lot of people. So regardless of the actual administrivia that is required to make these things actually into law, the signal does have power in and of itself.
One of the final things that President Biden did before leaving office.
Oh man, this is going to upset me.
On Sunday, he gave pardons to Tony Fauci, to Mark Milley, and to the J6 committee. On Monday, right before the inauguration, he gave pardons to his entire family.
Yeah.
Those happened pretty much in the cover of the night.
Yeah. Clandestine.
And people are really upset about both.
Of
Because they're
course.
both shady.
As they should. You're pardoning mass murderers.
I think it was a trade.
Tell me more.
Biden gets to pardon his family. Trump signals that it's upsetting, but he understands. Like, I think Trump of all people understands the pardoning of his own family. It's his family.
Fair.
And Trump's like, to him, his family is everything.
Fair.
So I think he understands that. We will not put a stink about you pardoning your family. You pardon Fauci because Fauci is actually Trump's problem, not Biden's problem. If Fauci is not pardoned, then for the next 4 years, at some point, Trump has to deal with the Fauci problem.
Yes.
He has to address it.
Yes.
But he's pardoned.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to address it anymore. It just saved a huge problem for Trump, right?
It just clicked. I get it. So what you're saying, if I can fill in the blanks, because obviously we weren't there, weren't on the fly on the wall, listening to the conversations. But if I could super simplify, you're saying that Biden said, and essentially to Trump, "Hey Trump, this is going to be a problem. This is going to be a point of tension. It's going to be a point of derision. It's going to be a point of division for your 4 years. So I'm going to do you a solid. I'm going to get rid of this variable that could cause a lot of harm to you in trade for what exactly?
My family.
I get it.
We stopped talking about the Biden crime family. He gets his pardon. Everyone just kind of moves on. We don't really address it too much. And in exchange, you solve Trump's biggest problem, which is Fauci.
Wow.
It's actually a good deal for them.
You're not wrong.
This is like a political deal at This is like the ultimate political deal.
Because Fauci could certainly be a major divisive thorn in Trump's side.
Biden didn't
Because most of us want Fauci to go to jail. Like some people would go farther and say executions, right?
Yes.
Like seriously, we know people like that. So
Biden didn't create Fauci. He didn't have to deal with Fauci backlash for the last 4 years. Because as much as people hate Fauci, people don't blame that on Biden.
Yeah, he didn't do shit, frankly. He just let it slide.
Fauci became Fauci, and the famous Fauci that he is, through the Trump presidency.
I don't like this deal, Matt. I don't like this deal at all. This is a terrible deal.
From a political standpoint, looking at the side of President Trump and President Biden, it makes sense.
It does.
It's a win-win for both.
I hate that it does.
For you and me, as citizens of this country.
We got rug pulled.
Exactly. We would like to see Fauci go down. We would like to see Milley go down. We would like to see the J6 committee go down. We would like to see Jim Biden and all the other Biden crime family syndicate members to go down. And we get nothing.
I'm just going to make it plain. In my opinion, just Peter, because I'm stupid, they're traitors. They're traitors. And I think there are actually pretty good documentation in our laws and legal system about what we do with traitors. You know, years ago, we used to hang people for these types of things. But these days, we say, 6% T-tax, no problem. How about 46% of my salary goes to the government? No problems. As long as I have my TikTokaroo and my red book, and I can make sure that I can placate my insecurities and mental issues by looking at blue-haired sheepdogs. I feel good about it. Forget about Fauci. No worries here. He just killed millions, tens of millions of people. This trade is, I hate this trade so much, but what's unfortunate, Matt, is your logic is pretty daggone sound.
Yeah, I think it was a trade. I think that it helps both parties. I think that this is...
I think Trump should deal with it. Trump should say, Fauci, you fucked up. You killed tens of millions of people. Your guidance actually extrapolated probably killed hundreds of millions of people globally.
And he can say that now with no backlash to him because Fauci has the pardon.
Oh, so you're saying is Trump no longer has to deal with this terrible human being, but he also gets the benefits of being able to say, I told you he was a bad guy.
He can say whatever he wants at this point because they don't have to go to trial.
And
they're not going to do a congressional committee. They're not going to do an investigation into Fauci anymore because he's got his pardon. He can be like, oh, yeah, Fauci's a bad guy. And the rest of the community is like, oh, yeah, look, I told you Trump hates Fauci. And then we can all move on. He can win his brownie points. And he doesn't actually ever have to deal with the problem, which is Tony Fauci.
I feel like we need. What I'm about to say was going to be
removed.
Yeah, probably removed. Let's just say there's this guy named Luigi Mangione.
We'll leave it there. If you are a fan of the game of politics and know that Trump plays the game of politics really well, he did a good job on this deal.
Let's get your final thought. Fair trade, your opinion?
From the side of the leadership, fair trade.
Matt.
For the side of the people, of course, we get screwed. We always get screwed. We always get screwed in all these deals that they make amongst each other. We're only the ones that get screwed. Again, we are the bag holders always. We have to deal with the social repercussions and health issues that all the population have, that our friends have, our family has. We have to deal with that shit. They don't have to deal with it. We have to deal with the people that have mental illness and got locked down and lost their business. We have to deal with that shit. They don't have to deal with that shit.
Yeah. He gets the golden parachute.
But all is good. We move on. We have a lot to do. It's just how it is. I don't know. Does it piss me off? Yes. Do I think it's right? No.
It's me, Mario. I'm looking for my Luigi. Somebody out there, my Luigi. For Fauci. That's all I say.
But I think that a deal was made because, again, it benefits both.
I hate that deal, but your logic is sound.
Again, speculation.
I hate that deal. Plus, Milley created a massive increase in risk exposure from our military. Like, those who are more sophisticated know all the details and nuance, but this man, Milley, made sure that our military, our security apparatus of America, has huge holes. But no fear, we're hiring trans people now.
But Trump just fired him too.
That's true too. But damage has been done though, Matt.
Yeah. But they're moving on. They don't want to deal with any of these issues in the past. They definitely don't want to deal with the Fauci issue. They definitely don't want to go into the vaccines. And most interestingly, as a way of signaling that I am on your side on the COVID thing, Trump, he just withdrew from the WHO.
Which I thought was a pretty significant win.
That's a win.
That's a win.
Fuck the WHO. That was a good one.
Will's not on the soundboard, man. Did you see him clapping like an autist over there?
Well, he could have done a Roman salute.
Here's my heart. Dude, Elon's autism in his Care Bear stare, right? He could have been like, "Rrr." Instead he goes, my heart. I loved it so much.
Dude, okay.
Are we not in a new golden age of meme?
Dude, I watched that and I was like, what the hell did he just do?
Hadouken!
Anyone that watched it live was like, and I've seen the clips of people recording it from like different angles, like in the crowd. They're like, what did he just do?
Exactly.
And the people on the internet are like, dude, like, no, he didn't mean, dude, the people that were there were like, what the hell just happened?
You saw the crowd cheering go up, and when he did it, the cheering went down just a little bit, and then he turned around to the other crowd and did it again. The cheering was kind of like
he just did it twice.
I know. And then he's like, my heart goes out to you guys. It's like, bro.
Dude.
The Bellamy salute is what he did.
Intent or no intent, he did what he did.
He did the Bellamy salute in the Roman salute. That's all he did, the Bellamy and the Roman. I don't know what everyone else is talking about.
He for sure did it. And whether it was intentional or not, that's not the point. Because memes are forever.
Oh.
And if anyone watched it live, you got to witness the most memeable moment of possibly your lifetime.
Yes. And when I saw it, the first thing I thought about was Trump going, fight, 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 fight. And then now I have this like t-shirt idea of like, but he didn't do this.
He did.
He did this.
No. It was straight line, 4 fingers.
Was it
straight
really?
up. Yes.
I felt like he was doing the whole, because he did this, right?
No.
And then he went,
he just did this.
Okay, I need to rewatch it again, man. I thought it was more like a Super Saiyan
lean
Hadouken.
back a little bit, you know.
Like
so it's like my heart. You know, it's like one of these.
You're right. The first thing I thought was like, dude, that's a massive fireball Hadouken, like a yoga fire.
Okay, for all the people that say, "Oh, it's fine. It's just normal. It's normal." There's a lot of people that say that, right? Oh no, like he didn't mean it. Okay, if you think it's so normal, go out in the street and do it right now.
Yeah. When was the last time you grabbed your heart?
Go out in the street, go to your next dinner meeting, go to your next lunch, go to your next business meeting, and greet them in the same way Elon greeted you. Do it. If it's so innocent, just do it. Just do it. If you can't do it, then something's wrong.
Me?
Just go do it. Go do it. Go downstairs. Go to your boss or wherever you are, wherever you're listening from, and be like, I love you guys. Do it. I dare you.
Dude, someone's gonna clip this.
Do it. You're not gonna do it because you know there's something fundamentally wrong with it.
It's
no one greets people that way.
Well, not since 1943.
Look, again, I don't think it was intentional. I don't think he was trying to Nazi salute people.
No, he wasn't.
But at some point when he's at home playing video games, it's like something he does for fun. Maybe without the malice intent. Intent, we don't know. But he does it. It's like some people at home, when no one's looking, they said the N-word.
He knows.
And every once in a while, you slip up and you say it. It's like one of those. He does it at home sometimes. So I'm not calling him racist. I'm not saying he's like trying to do the Heil Hitler.
Right.
But he did it.
he did it. And so here's one of my first thoughts was he knows he's a meme. He's running Doge. He's the #1 followed person on his own social platform. Like he knows this is going to be a thing. So I feel like after I calmed down and after I stopped dying from laughter from this like autistic whatever he did, like I was thinking he knows he's going to be the meme of the day. Like this is going to give him so much traffic.
When you're on stage and there are people watching at you, looking at you, watching you. The energy level is super high.
yeah.
You're really excited. You're really amped up.
Yeah.
You don't do physical movements you've never done in your life.
Yes.
Your body resorts to habits and patterns that you're used to.
Yes.
Meaning, this is a motion. At some point in life, he did. Again, it's not the intent part. I'm not saying this guy's like, oh, he's trying to be
Because we
Hitler.
don't know intent.
We have no idea of intent. None whatsoever.
Never.
But hanging out with his buddies, hanging out with his friends, like it's something he does.
So what you're saying is
Not his first rodeo.
what you're saying is this is something that is almost innate and natural to Elon.
Yes.
And going on the positive side of the assumption that this is something that he innately and naturally has done before, and he does it because for him and his colleagues, this is an acceptable practice or a normative practice.
Correct.
And so he just decided to let 180 million people know that.
I don't think he meant to. I think he just got so amped up, so excited, and his body just reacted in this visceral way.
Let's go on the other side of this, though. You and I both agree the timeline has shifted. We have no idea what's going on.
what's going on.
And so I wonder, for those who are the internet researchers, this is the original Bellamy salute, right? When the America had its Pledge of Allegiance, we used to do Pledge of Allegiance like this, right? And then when it became a part of National Socialism in the 40s, it was changed to over the heart because it was seen as similar to the Nazi issue of the day. However, if you go back 1,000 years farther, this was a common way of saying hello in many Aryan nations, and the Romans specifically called the Roman salute. And so it is not historically a negative thing. It is actually, dare I say, almost a nationalist thing. Like, I love my country.
Yes.
I love my people.
Yes.
America first.
Yes.
Korea first. And we even see pictures of Asians doing it too in histories and centuries past. So maybe, just maybe, in this new timeline, Matt, what Elon Musk is bringing back is he's bringing back National Socialism.
So, if you believe that and you feel comfortable about the action and you feel comfortable about the motion and the gesture, go do it at home.
So,
Go do it to your friends. Go do it at your party. Go do it to your boss. Greet them in that fashion and be like, no, it's my heart I'm giving you. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it.
There's going to be people that are listening to your words, Matt, and they're saying, Matt, I'm trembling inside of this anxiety of doing this thing. I need someone to boost me and bolster my confidence in my ability to do this because I really want to do this. Matt, I need a model and example. Could Matt be an example of doing that? Matthew, can you show us what that Bellamy Roman salute should look like when you meet your boss on Thursday? What should it look like, Matt? Give us an example.
Go on X. Elon's done it like 1 million times now.
Are you saying that we shouldn't do it?
Dude, it's weird. I feel like I did it way too many times already today.
Matthew, I love you. Matthew, I love you so much.
That moment was so wild. People got so, and I tweeted.
Oh, the internet was on fire.
Dude, I tweeted out. I said, did Elon just do what I think he did?
Yeah, you did.
Because I didn't see that coming.
Nobody saw it coming.
It's a joke. We're talking about a memeable moment. It is literally the most memeable moment of our lifetime moving forward. And every single time someone says something kind of Semitic, or someone says something kind of nationalist, or someone says something kind of racist, people are going to use that meme. It's forever. It's never going away. You got to witness it. That was the point. It was supposed to be fun. And people lost their shit.
Yeah.
I can't believe you're going to be like CNN. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
How many times have we
Cry harder.
We screen captured AOC, Hillary, and even Barack Obama doing this. Like, you can find moments like that. The only difference between Elon is he was on camera and you saw the entire build up to it. It wasn't just a hey, this is Barry. Hey guys, we're gonna be doing this and this and this, and we're gonna be looking over there, and that was the screenshot. But with Elon, it was my heart is bleeding for America.
Well, he
Take
said
my heart.
He said the my heart part After he did it twice.
He did.
After he did it twice.
If he was really thinking, he would say, guys, my heart is bleeding for you. I want you to have my heart.
Yeah, it would have been very different if he said it,
Qualified
said
it.
the words, and qualified it while he did it.
Oh, yeah.
It would have been completely different.
Yeah.
Instead of, oh, just kidding, it's my heart, guys, it's my heart. It's my heart, everybody, it's my heart. It's my heart, my heart, my heart, my heart, my heart. My heart! You know what I mean?
It was a serious autist moment. It was, because, you've seen him jumping around like, oh, this is what it feels like to win, guys. Seriously. I loved it. I loved every moment of it. And frankly, I love it so much, Matt, that I'm going to make sure that I do it every podcast because I love you so much. I want you to have my heart, man. This is like Care Bear stare. Ooh, yoga fire, yoga flame. Oh shit!
Another thing Trump has done very well on the first day is that he pardoned 1,500 J6 prisoners.
Oh, yes, this is good.
This is good.
This is a win. Yes, yes. No due process for those individuals.
No.
Please free them. Thank you. Yes.
Yes, they
Free
were
Ross.
locked up.
Free Ross Ulbricht too.
Yes, which hasn't happened yet as of this recording.
It's supposed to be day one.
It was
Trump.
supposed to be today.
Ah.
So we'll see if that happens. I don't imagine a situation where it doesn't happen, especially after he did the 1,500 J6, which I didn't think he'd do so many.
Yeah.
I thought it would be just a few people, but for him to do so many and them get out that night, I was like, oh, okay, Ross is coming out. There's no way Ross stays in there while he lets all these people out.
Yes.
And I don't think, and the black girl that did the protest at the abortion rallies, Beverly,
Ooh, I vaguely remember. Yeah.
remember her? She was the one
Vaguely.
doing the protest at Planned Parenthood in New York City. She got pardoned and she got put out.
Nice.
So a lot of the people that were politically persecuted and put in jail over the last 4 years, they were set free.
That's good.
Which is amazing, by the way.
Good.
It had to be done. I'm glad he did it. I'm glad he fulfilled his promise to do it. And again, I was a little skeptical of, is it really going to happen? Day one, his stack of executive orders, and he made sure he got that done. I didn't see any executive orders that he signed that were like, whoa, that's really bad one.
I liked the border closing.
Immediately, CBP One app turned off immediately.
Yep. I liked the federal workers get back to work
Get your
running our
ass to
country. Seriously, get back to work. And I also liked the no growth of the federal government, right? Because that's a problem. We need to smallerize that, make that smaller. And I also, though it seemed like it was community noted, that ICE is now offering $750
To turn people in.
turn illegal immigrants in. I was talking to my wife about this, Matt, and I was thinking there are some very entrepreneuring individuals who are going to do the economics of that and say, $750 per head.
I found a church.
I could make a killing. Yes.
I don't like the idea of turning people in
Why?
because that sets a bad precedent. You know, I found out yesterday, actually, I didn't know this. Half of the people in a J6 prison, half of them were turned in by their family members.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
You're lying. Half of them were turned in by their own kin and blood, is what you're saying.
Same thing during COVID.
You're
Half the people that were called to the police, having too many people, having parties when they shouldn't.
that's just
It was their
Karen. That's
family.
just Karen, the liberal retard.
It's always family. It's crazy.
I did not know this.
It's family members. It's people that you know.
Can you look this up? I don't believe this. You're telling me that family turned their own family in to the authorities to go to jail
It's so broken.
with zero due process?
Well, they probably didn't know it'd be no due process.
Well, okay, fair enough. Let's remove that from the script. So I couldn't imagine a moment. Maybe I'm broken, Matt. I could not imagine. You're like shocking me. I could not imagine a moment sitting at home and saying, "My cousin, I don't like his politics. I didn't like that he went to this, the January 6th thing. So I'm gonna rat him out."
Well-
What type of human are you?
Well, think about how much of the country is so mad at Joe Biden for pardoning his family. How many people are so mad that Joe Biden gave Hunter Biden a pardon earlier, a couple months ago?
Yeah, it doesn't give percentages, but it says children turned in their parents, old exes turned in their old exes.
Yeah.
That's
and
Big Brother.
childhood
That's
friends.
1984.
People turn on it. Like most murders are done by people you know.
And unfortunately, most rapists and pedophiles,
By people you know.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah.
It's a scary world out there.
I can't believe that, man.
And you can tell by the reaction to Joe Biden giving pardons. Again, I think the Bidens should all be in prison. But if I was president of the United States and I had the ability to pardon my family members or my friends or my cousin Will, and Will did something really fucked up, the day before I get out of prison, I'm pardoning Will.
Thanks, bro.
No problem. I got you, bro. But that's how it works. Of all the shady shit people do in their lives and all the shady shit politicians do, the most honorable thing you do, really, is to save your own family.
Man, this whole free thinking logic stuff that's coming out of Matt today is really solid. I'm not particularly happy with
No,
it
of
because
course
it's
not.
because it's anti-justice.
Yeah, you want retribution, as do I.
Righteous retribution. Righteous justice.
Unright retribution. I'm pissed off about these
Yeah,
people.
this is upsetting, man.
Of course. I totally
I
get
still
it.
can't get over the fact that family members would turn in their own family. That is so fucked up. I could not. That would not even be within the spectrum of possibilities in my brain to go against my own kin and blood.
If you offer $750 for
Yeah, but
turning
they're-
in an illegal immigrant,
That's
how
different.
many employers that have employed these people over the last year, maybe use them on construction projects, how many of these guys are going to turn in their fucking employees?
No, they're not. They're not going to lose productivity.
If they're going to come get them anyway, might as well cash in. Maybe not the boss, maybe the boss's wife. She's like, oh shit.
I think.
I can get,
I think
I
if
can
this.
get 3 new handbags if I just turn these fuckers in.
I mean, $750 a head. I mean, give me 10 of those, and you're done for the week.
They're all at the construction site right here. They're building a new building and they're working outside right now. You can go get them.
Yeah. Go grab your F-150 and
I
round
don't
them
like
up.
narcs.
Fair enough.
And whether it's paid or not, whether it's justified or not, you're a fucking narc. Don't be a narc.
So the bottom dollar for you is you just don't like people ratting each other out.
I don't like narcs. If everyone's turning on each other all times, whether it's right or wrong, it sets a precedent. Number one. Number two, we go into a low trust society,
We are already there.
which I don't like.
Yes.
We should be a high trust society.
Yeah.
And the fact that, in a high trust society, the people that are like, oh, we're not here, they're kicking us out, we're going to leave. That should be a thing in a high trust society. The people that are, if I'm your friend or I hire Pablo to do my flooring, I shouldn't call the police and be like, dude, Pablo, the guy that did my flooring, that did a phenomenal job, by the way, I need $750 because I paid him $800. I'd like to get that money back. So can you come get him?
Oh my gosh,
I got my free flooring. That's going to be a fucked up thing, by the way.
That would be so messed up if you paid the contractor under minimum wage because he's illegal, of
course,
to do such a great job on your kitchen, and then after it,
I could use new pot lights in my kitchen to match my countertop.
and then you turn him in after he's done the work, dude. That's some gangsta shit.
You don't think that's going to happen when you put a financial incentive on it?
That's some gangsta shit. I mean,
Especially when at J6, family members were turning in their own kin.
That's crazy, dude. That's crazy.
Knowing that neighbors turned in their neighbors, literally living side by side for years during COVID. Like, oh no, my neighbor, he's got 5 people at his house right now. You got to call the police. Can you come shut this down?
Yeah, I remember that. That burned me up.
They did that too.
Yeah.
This is just another extension of that.
So
And they say, no, they don't belong here. Yeah, I get it. But those people, they weren't supposed to have that party. Or whether you agree or not, that party was illegal. Don't turn them in.
So what do you think about the new border czar guy? I forgot his name.
Tom Homan?
Yeah, Tom Homan, who's saying that he's going to deputize everyone. So these incentives with ICE and this deputization of citizens, seems like from the rhetoric, again, we don't know what's actually in terms of the policies are going to be exacted here, but it sounds from the rhetoric like he's going to go hard on removing these millions of illegals, and he's going to leverage the public's help to do it. And so, I mean, it's getting kind of SS, if you know what I mean.
I think it's a wait and see, because a lot of people will say, especially when I said, look, like I put out a post, I said, I hope Trump's a good president.
Let's hope.
But let's be real. The last year of his presidency was a shit show.
Oh, bro.
We were locked down. Crazy experimental vaccines were created. He didn't force anyone, but he created it. And the economy went to the shit. and people lost their business.
Yes.
I'm not blaming Trump, but under Trump's leadership in that final year, these things happened.
Yes.
You can't argue that.
Nope.
But people say, well, no, like some states didn't shut down, some states didn't shut down. And the states, this federalized thing versus state thing, and the state, like you have to respect what the state did. So some states shut down, some states did not. Fine. Remember that same logic when the ICE comes into your state to try to take over and remove illegal immigrants, and certain states will say, no, we're not going to let you have them.
We're sanctuary cities.
And then where is that? Is that the same logic? Well, the states have their own right to their own decision, but the federal government, we're going to run to a very similar situation, but on this time, you're going to be on the other side of the argument.
Yeah.
How does that play out?
All right. There's a lot of cognitive dissonance that's going to be happening this year.
It's going to be a really interesting place. Because again, during COVID, we're like, no, state rights, state rights, state rights, state rights. But during mass deportation, people are like, no, states don't have the right. Like, okay, wait a second. You were just on the other side of this argument on a different issue, but the same exact argument just a few years ago.
Yeah. That logic generally escapes most individuals. Because like one that I like to use is people look at these videos and saying, "Oh my gosh, look at that squirrel, Peanut. Look at that elephant. And look at that crow. They're so smart. They can recognize patterns and they can unlock things. And that octopus is so smart. They're so good at pattern recognition and noticing the right things." And then we look at humans and we say, "You're noticing all of these things. Racist! You're terrible!" It's like, wait. We celebrate animals noticing patterns, but then when people like you and I notice patterns, we're racist. The cognitive dissonance is quite high here.
There will be a situation where, for example, a city like Chicago, where ICE says, we're going to go to Chicago and we're going to do a mass deportation and we're going to go round people up. And the city of Chicago can say, no. We'll see what happens. Because it's not a guarantee. I don't see the National Guard going, okay, we're just going to take over the city. That's not a good look, actually. I don't like that.
So
I don't like the federal government getting more power. I don't like them mobilizing the military domestically. I don't like that at all.
yeah, but
There's
there's also this part in the Constitution that we're going to be protecting our country from foreign and domestic. So when does the protect ourselves from domestic play in? Because we're really good at defending everybody else around the world.
Trump promised mass deportations. He's going to make a couple of moves.
How about mass hangings? Mass executions.
Tom Homan is going to signal the right words and say that he's going to do certain things. And then the cities in which he needs to get into, they're going to push back. And then this thing is going to go to the Supreme Court.
You don't think there's going to be firefights in the middle of these cities?
No.
You don't think so? We have verified gangs who have taken over entire 100, 200 person apartment complexes.
Right now, it's in a place where Trump signals, I'm going to go hard. The other side, which are the cities, say, no, we're going to push back hard. Great. Now we have everyone's cards on the table. Let's make a deal. That's how this works. That's how Trump actually works.
Let's make a deal.
Right? He pushes hard. He signals that he's going to do these really extreme things. And then he sees what the reaction is and says, okay, I'm a business guy. Let's make a deal. This is how he operates.
You're not wrong.
And because of this, some people that are considered extreme right who expected a huge mass deportation, you're going to be disappointed. The people that wanted everyone to stay, some people are going to leave. You're going to be a little bit disappointed. Everyone's going to be really disappointed. And some people who understand that this is really what's going on, you'll be like, oh, okay, this makes sense.
And unfortunately, the final option there, this kind of makes sense, that's like a black pill moment. It's like, well, fuck it. I'm damned if I do. I'm damned if I don't.
Yes. Welcome to life. It's just like you don't want Fauci and the Biden family to get a pardon, but yet here we are.
Am I the bad guy?
You're always a bad guy. You're only the bag holder.
Oh, fuck,
You're
Matt.
the only person paying and holding the bag.
Fuck.
That's life.
I love you.
A lot of good things have happened over the last 4 days. A lot of bad things have happened over the last 4 days. What we do know is that we are officially, should we call this season 8, episode 1?
I think we should. The timeline has shifted.
Again, we only got to season 7, episode 4.
Well, fuck all you guys who are keeping track. Season 8, episode 1.
Season 8, Episode 1. We are in a brand new timeline. If you notice, some seasons literally have 30 episodes and some have 4.
Hey, we don't have any sock puppet masters up our bungholes telling us what to do. We do whatever we want to do.
Season 8, Episode 1. We are in a brand new timeline.
Yeah.
Keep your head on a swivel. Things
frosty.
are changing so fast.
Stay frosty.
And I have no idea what's going to happen in the future. What I do know is that the community is growing, that we have people joining us on a daily, regular basis. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you next week.